Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your representative from the Turtlist Party, Jerry Friel.
As a representative from the Turtlist Party, I'm going to tell you a little bit about our political views. First off, we're liberals. We believe that the people should decide what they want to do, not what the government thinks they should do. As for the pressing topics, we'll start with minimum wage raise. We believe that the minimum wage should not be raised because if you raise it, the supermarkets and gas stations and CEOs of large companies are going to believe they make more money now, so we can raise the price of everything else. As for abortion, we as Turtlists believe that any woman or couple should make the choice for herself or themselves. Some women are not in the position of having a baby, whether that be financially, emotionally, mentally. Now, moving on to gay marriage. Along with abortion, we believe people should make the choice to live how they want. It's not fair for the government to step in and say, oh, you love this person, you can't get married to them just because they're the same sex. We believe people should make the choice they want because it's their life to live how they want. Individual rights are written in our Constitution. For example, the right to bear arms. Gun control. No. People can have guns as long as they're tested to make sure they're mentally stable and aren't going to do something crazy. Plain and simple, the NSA program, if you have something to hide, then of course you'd be against it. But as for us Turtlists, we believe that if you have nothing to hide, then there's no reason the government shouldn't be able to do that. They're there to regulate and make sure nothing bad is going to happen to any of us. Last but not least, the national debt. Obviously, it's a big number and needs to be reduced by a lot. There are 5 ways the Turtlist Party believes the national debt could be reduced as predicted from 2010. Reducing the number of troops in Iraq and Afghanistan to 30,000 by 2013. This could save an additional $20 billion by 2030. Payroll tax. Subject some incomes above $106,000 to tax. When the payroll tax, which finances Social Security and Medicare, was created, it covered 90% of all income. Today, with a ceiling at $106,800, it covers closer to just 80%. This option would gradually raise the ceiling until 90% of income was again subject to tax. Bank tax. This option would tax banks based on the size of their holdings and perceived riskiness of their holdings. Larger, riskier banks would pay more tax, both to discourage them from taking risk and to help cover the cost of future financial crisis. National sales tax. Nearly every other rich country has a tax on consumption, also known as a value-added tax or national sales tax. This option would impose a 5% consumption tax, exempting education, housing, and charitable giving. Reduce the tax break for employer-provided health insurance. This option would reduce the tax break for employer-provided health insurance by slowly adjusting the cap, so that it increases at a rate of economic growth, rather than the growth in health costs, which tend to be significantly faster. Over time, employer spending on health insurance would be taxed. Overall, the national debt would decrease by $291 billion by 2015 and $810 billion by 2030. As Turtlists, we are closely related to the ideology party. We have particular political and social views. We are for the people. We are liberals. We believe it's your choice to do what you want. And remember, slow and steady wins the race.